Well, joining us now, look who's here. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, former Florida congressman, CEO of the National Center for Policy Analysis and a Fox News contributor. I've just gone out on a limb there. I've said thank you, Mr. Netanyahu. Thanks for opening things up for us. And you say what?
No, you're spot on with your assessment, Stuart, and it's very disconcerting that you just had the White House Chief of Staff, Dennis McDonough, come out and say that we need to go back and look at these 50 years of Israeli occupation and maybe we need to do something different. There has never been an administration that has treated Israel this way and spoken publicly this way about that relationship.
I see President Obama tilting away from Israel towards Iran. You see the same?
Yeah, absolutely right.
What are the implications of that?
Well,
That's
the implications are huge because, first of all, there has not been any behavioral change or modification in Israel. We kept hearing about Hassan Rouhani was the new moderate. Well, he's just a guy that knows how to cover himself in the sheep's wool instead of the wolf's clothing that Ahmadinejad did. But right now, Iran is controlling Beirut, Lebanon. They control Damascus, Syria. They now control Sana'a, Yemen. And 12 years ago, I was in Tikrit, Iraq. Well, guess who's in Tikrit, Iraq now? The Iranian Revolutionary Guard and Al-Quds militia. They are controlling Baghdad, Iraq. We are turning over the Middle East to Iran in every single way, shape, form, and fashion. And they still have 4 Americans that are being held hostage. The first thing we should have said is that you will release those Americans. We're not coming to the table to have any discussions with you. And for the president to say that if the Congress were to bring any sanctions against Iran to his desk, he would veto it. For him to say that if Congress were to vote that they want to be able to approve this quote-unquote deal, not a treaty, not an agreement, that he would veto it, and that he is looking to go to the United Nations, this is a major shift in American foreign policy in the Middle East.
Why is President Obama doing it?
Well, you have to ask him, because it makes absolutely no sense. It is of great concern what this will set up for the United States of America and also the Middle East. Saudi Arabia is already concerned about this, and there have been talks between the Saudis and the Pakistanis about, guess what?
Buying a bomb from them?
Absolutely, because they have that capability. There is no way, with the race that is going on in the Middle East right now, it is who is going to be the dominant hegemonic power in the Muslim world. Saudi Arabia is your historic power because they have Mecca and Medina, the holy sites. Turkey wants to also come back because they were the last great caliphate, the Ottoman Empire. But you have the new kid on the block, the Iranians. Now, the interesting thing, they're Shia. They're not Sunni. And, you know, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, UAE, they really don't want to see that happen. But again, President Obama shunning Egypt and President al-Sisi, shunning King Abdullah in Jordan, shunning the UAE. But yet, who does he have in the White House? He has, you know, the Emir of Qatar, which is where the leader of Hamas stays. And then you also have him embracing Iran.
It's an extraordinary situation.
It is an extraordinary situation.
We don't know why the president is...
And it will affect our markets.
I don't think he's told us either. I don't think he's told us.
No, he has not been open and transparent.
What do you think it does to the markets?
Well, when you start to look at these major choke points that are there, the Straits of Hormuz, the Sinai, of course, where is a transit point for goods and services, the straits that are between Yemen and right there Somalia. So if all of a sudden you have a collusion between the terrorist groups there, that's another choke point. And that's what you see happening.
Look, why don't we just go and get some oil on our own territory?
We have it right here. We have the Keystone Pipeline. We won't do it.
Alan West, always a pleasure. Thank you, sir. You can come back again, okay?
Thank you, Stuart.